Welcome to the PCOS Fertility Health Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Angela Potter, an integrative PCOS fertility doctor, helping you figure out the root cause of your fertility struggles so you can start turning those around and see results. I am also the creator of the PCOS Fertility Protocol and a speaker. I have shared the stage with leaders from companies like Google and Microsoft, and I am so happy to be here talking with you because we are in this 5-part series talking about common root causes of PCOS fertility struggles. And the reason that it's so important to talk about these things is because fertility is not just about your lady parts. Fertility is a whole body approach to getting your body into this fertile environment where it is prepped to make a baby. And that is so much more than just your ovaries and your eggs and your uterus. We've got to talk about these other systems and elements in the body that are then impacting those reproductive organs and hormones. If you are a new listener, I am so happy to have you here. Be sure that you subscribe here so that you stay updated on all upcoming episodes. And if you are loving this podcast and want to support it, please leave a 5-star review over on Apple Podcasts. Have you picked up a copy of your free PCOS fertility checklist yet? If not, head on over to drangelapotter.com/checklist and download yours. That is a free gift from me to you to help you start getting clarity on what your body needs in order to open up fertility. Just as I was talking about, that fertility is so much more than just your estrogen and your progesterone levels and your egg reserve. And so this list is going to help you see what are these other elements that you need to have in place. And you can literally check off the ones that you've already done and figure out what needs to happen next so that you can start moving towards optimal PCOS fertility. So grab yours, it's free, you'll get it right away. You are here because you want to get to the root cause of your fertility struggles, right? You do not want to be hearing, well, your labs are fine, so just come back when you're ready to go through IVF. Because you're thinking, but if my labs are fine and I'm still having these irregular cycles and I'm not ovulating, how can those things be happening at the same time? And you're right if you're questioning that. And so here in this community, we talk about these other elements of health that can be contributing to your fertility struggles. Fertility is whole body health. And that is not something to get overwhelmed with. You know, all of a sudden you're thinking, but I can't just be thinking about my cycles and my uterus. I have to be thinking about my whole body. That's okay. That's not your job. You need to be working with a doctor who is able to put together these pieces, who understands this greater picture of PCOS and fertility, and help you figure out how that fits in with your fertility. And that's why I've created my PCOS fertility protocol. Okay. Each one of these root causes that we're talking about in this 5-part podcast series right now is covered in my PCOS fertility protocol. And I developed that protocol after years of working with women to support their hormones and their fertility, to say, hey, these are the steps that we need to walk through in order to set you up for optimal fertility. Now, it's not that everyone needs the same amount of support for each step, for each root cause. Not everyone needs the same amount of support for egg quality, for gut health, for detoxing, for thyroid health, for reproductive hormones. It's not that it's just this algorithm that I put you forward on. No, what's really important is that we cover each step and identify the level of support that your body needs for each step. We need to talk about gut health and identify what's going on in your gut and to what level of support that you need. We identify through symptoms, through labs, figuring out what your reproductive hormones are doing to then create a plan that's specific to your needs, to your fertility, to help you then pave the way for optimal fertility health. Because PCOS does not fit into a box. Your fertility needs are different than your best friend's needs, even if she has PCOS as well. And that's one big frustration that I have in the medical community, is that we expect that fertility treatments for PCOS should just fit into a box, even though the diagnosis of PCOS has these different pieces of criteria in it. We expect that one treatment is going to work for everyone with PCOS. And we're just not seeing that it does. And then we're leaving women like yourself feeling like you're broken and that it's your fault and not knowing where to turn. And so that is a big underlying force of my practice, and showing up here every week for you is to help you understand that there are ways to first identify what your symptoms are telling you and what your labs are telling you. And then second, it's possible to get a plan to help your body naturally come back into balance so that you're seeing regular cycles, you're seeing positive ovulation tests, and that you have that very best chance at getting pregnant with PCOS. I see that day in and day out in my practice, and that's why I created this podcast for you, so that you can know that there are steps forward and you can know that it is possible to see those changes in your body. And so with that, let's talk about egg quality. First off, with egg quality, there is often a big misconception about egg quality, and that is that egg quality is the same as egg reserve. Let's define both of those and understand the really important difference between those two. Egg reserve is referring to the number of eggs that you have in your ovaries. And for us as women, we are born with the number of eggs that we have in our ovaries. That naturally declines with age. And at one point, yes, there is a point when your egg reserve goes down to 0. That's in menopause. So that's what egg reserve is. It is just the number of eggs in your ovaries. On the other side of that, egg quality is talking about the ability of the egg to divide chromosomes to get to a place where it has made 23 chromosomes, it's mature, and it's ready to ovulate. That is egg quality. Egg reserve, we can't change, okay? Again, we're born with the amount of eggs that we have. Egg quality, we can change, because egg quality is determined by this process called folliculogenesis, which is the maturation of the egg, which starts a whole year before ovulation. And during that time, that egg is using the antioxidants that you're eating, the oxygen that you're breathing, all of these different elements that you're nourishing your body with to get to a place where it's supporting the egg to mature exactly how it's supposed to be, so it can go and ovulate and make you a baby a few months later from now. If you sit down and talk with a genetic counselor and you've recently gone through an egg retrieval or an IVF cycle and you literally have those numbers of your egg quality, that genetic counselor will say, okay, well, that was that one cycle. That one cycle is not indicative, does not tell us any information of what your next cycle is going to be or what the cycle after that is. Because we know there's so many different variables that can affect egg quality that we just don't know how those eggs are going to be. And that means that fertility is on your side, because you have the power to be nourishing your body, supporting your body with specific nutrients that are going to then create this lush, fertile environment for your eggs to develop as they're supposed to be. You can positively impact your egg quality. And if you've been a listener on this podcast for a little while, you know that I love to geek out about mitochondria and eggs. But if you're a new listener, then listen up to this, because this is the coolest thing in my opinion. So mitochondria are part of every cell, okay? They're found all over your body, and they're energy producers to help your body produce the energy it needs to grow, to function. Here's the cool tip, is that your eggs hold the highest concentration of mitochondria in your entire body, which means that one egg holds more mitochondria than anywhere else in your entire body. That shows how much your body wants you to reproduce. Now, you might be wondering, well, if that's the case, like, why am I not ovulating? Why are my eggs not doing what they're supposed to be doing? Here's the thing, is that we live in a world that we have low nutrient quality in our soils. So we're not getting as nutrient dense foods as we were 150 years ago. We are exposed to toxins on a daily basis through pollution and water and food supply, and the list goes on. And that impacts mitochondria. Different hormone imbalances impact mitochondria. Unfortunately, there are some things that can be playing a part in those mitochondria not doing what they are supposed to be doing, or perhaps they're sluggish or not working as fast as you want them to, which is why egg quality is such an important piece of fertility. And we want to be sure, okay, is somebody talking about this with you? Is somebody helping you identify if this is an issue, and then helping you create a plan that is supportive of your fertility needs? And back to those mitochondria, they need specific nutrients like selenium, zinc, B vitamins, CoQ10, in order to be working efficiently to create that energy to support your eggs to mature as they are supposed to. If you're deficient in any one of those nutrients, that can lead your eggs to be sluggish and not working as they are supposed to be. Now, you don't want to run out and go grab those supplements off the grocery store shelf right now, because you need to know what's specific for your body. But if you are looking for a very specific way to be supporting your mitochondria, as you walk away from this podcast, it's to be eating foods that are high in antioxidants. Eat the rainbow, eat a colorful diet. Because one good rule of thumb with vegetables is that the more vibrant and densely colored that vegetable is, then the higher nutrient content that it has. Think about beets, think about carrots and purple carrots, and think about cabbage, purple cabbage, dark green leafy vegetables. Those vibrant colored vegetables are going to have lots of antioxidants to nourish the mitochondria. And that's a really good first step to support the mitochondria. It might not do it all, because there's this other element to mitochondria, and that is toxins. And we know that toxins, specifically BPA and phthalates, are toxins that can inhibit or keep mitochondria from doing their job efficiently. If you're being exposed to either of these toxins, that can be shutting down your fertility. And you don't even really know that it's happening, because you need to know where all those sneaky places are that BPA is hiding in, where all the sneaky places that phthalates are hiding in that are impacting your mitochondria. You now know the difference between egg reserve and egg quality. You know the power of mitochondria and the importance of mitochondria in egg quality for your fertility health. You know certain vitamins that can impact egg quality, that can support egg quality, antioxidants through the diet, how they can support egg quality. And you also know that there are toxins that can inhibit egg quality. Those are a lot of cool things about egg quality that you now know. But when we're talking about poor egg quality and this root cause of fertility struggles, let's dive into that a little bit more. Because what I see really commonly from women who are having PCOS fertility breakthrough sessions with me is that they aren't getting this piece from their doctors. Their doctors aren't talking to them about egg quality, about ways that they can be supporting their egg quality, and what to do about that. So here are some questions for you to help understand, do I have the right support for my egg quality, or do I need to go figure out more for my body and for my fertility? Number one, has your fertility doctor talked to you about egg quality? Number two, has your doctor shared with you these key nutrients that you can be supplementing your body with or eating through diet to specifically support egg quality that have been backed by science and research? And does your fertility doctor talk with you about the importance of nutrition for supporting egg quality? And this is so much more than just telling you, oh, well, just go lose 60 pounds and come back to me when you've done that. And that leaves you on your own going to research fad diets online. No, are they supporting you with a nourishing, sustainable way to be eating foods that support your egg quality? Has your doctor screened your toxic exposure? Do they talk to you about toxins in the house and where to find those and how to make the switch so you aren't exposed to those kinds of toxins that are impacting your mitochondria and your egg quality on a daily basis? If you have answered no to any one of those questions, then you have an important missing link, particularly if you're in this place where you still are having irregular cycles, you are not getting pregnant, and you've been trying to get pregnant for the past 6 years. So if you have answered no and you need a doctor to help you put together these pieces, help you understand the role of egg quality in your fertility journey, then reach out and book a free PCOS Fertility Breakthrough Session with me. This is a free phone call where you and I are going to talk about your journey. What's been going on over the past few years of you trying to get pregnant? I'm going to help you figure out what are these missing links that are keeping you stuck. And then I'm going to help you figure out, well, what's the number one most important next step that you can take in order to start turning these around? So you can book one of those over at drangelapotter.com/PCOS. And a reminder here for you as we wrap up that this podcast is for informational purposes only, and it should not replace the medical advice that you are currently getting from a doctor. And if nobody has told you this today, then I want to be the one to tell you that I believe in you and I believe in your ability to figure out the root cause of your fertility struggles, to turn those around and get the best chance at getting pregnant with PCOS. I'll see you right back here next week.